Imagine a world without electricity, cars, or modern machines. It was a time of simplicity and raw curiosity, the world where Isaac Newton was born. This story isn't just about science. It's a tale of a man whose endless quest for knowledge redefined humanity's understanding of the universe. Newton's journey is one of perseverance, brilliance, and the power of questioning the world around us. Close your eyes and picture it: a young boy born into a world of uncertainty in a rural village in England. His survival was a miracle, his brilliance unforeseen. Yet, against all odds, he became the man who explained gravity, unraveled the mysteries of light, and set the stage for modern physics. This is a story not only to inspire your intellect but to ignite the fire of curiosity within you. Let's journey together through the life and mind of Sir Isaac Newton, a man who proved that greatness isn't born, it's built through unwavering dedication and a refusal to accept limits. So grab a seat, listen closely, and let's unravel the extraordinary life of one of history's. Born prematurely on December 25, 1642, in Woolsthorpe, Lincolnshire, England, Newton's survival itself was a miracle. His early days were marked by loss and hardship. Losing his father before he was born left his mother, Hannah Ayscough, to raise him alone. However, this was not to last long. At the age of 3, Newton was separated from his mother when she remarried and moved to live with her new husband, leaving Isaac to be cared for by his maternal grandparents. This abandonment left deep emotional scars, shaping him into an introspective and reserved young boy. Despite these challenges, young Isaac demonstrated an exceptional curiosity about the world around him. He showed a knack for building intricate mechanical devices even as a child, crafting toys, sundials, and even miniature windmills with remarkable precision. These early experiments were more than child's play, they hinted at the innovative brilliance that would define his later life. A pivotal moment in his childhood came during his time at King's School in Grantham. Though initially uninterested in academics, a confrontation with a school bully sparked a competitive fire in him. Determined to excel, Newton threw himself into his studies with unmatched dedication, quickly rising to the top of his class. Newton's fascination with the natural world extended far beyond the classroom. He would spend hours observing phenomena that others might overlook, such as the movement of water, the interplay of light, or the mechanics of wind. He meticulously documented his observations and sought to understand their underlying principles. This relentless curiosity laid the foundation for a life dedicated to uncovering the universe's deepest secrets. Even as a boy, Newton's quiet, deliberate approach to problem-solving began to emerge, setting him apart as someone destined for extraordinary achievements. A pivotal moment in his childhood was his return to King's School in Grantham, where an encounter with a school bully took a surprising turn. The bully challenged Isaac, mocking his reserved nature and questioning his abilities. Instead of retaliating physically, Isaac made a silent vow to prove himself through academic excellence. This confrontation became a turning point, igniting a fierce determination in him to excel not just in his studies but in life. At King's School, Isaac's love for reading and the natural world truly began to flourish. He devoured books on science, mathematics, and philosophy, often spending long hours in solitude to reflect on what he had learned. His keen observations of the natural world grew sharper. For instance, he meticulously studied the motion of water in streams, the behavior of light through glass, and even the structure of plants and trees around him. One notable incident occurred during a summer break when young Isaac created a sundial in his garden. This was not just a simple time-telling device, it was a testament to his growing interest in mechanics and precision. Local villagers marveled at his creation, and it became clear to everyone that Isaac was no ordinary boy. These early triumphs at King's School laid the groundwork for his incredible future as one of history's greatest scientific minds. When Newton was 14, life dealt another blow that would test his resilience. His stepfather, Barnabas Smith, passed away, leaving his mother to manage the family estate. She expected Isaac to take on the role of a farmer, but this path was not for him. Isaac found the repetitive tasks of farming tedious, uninspiring, and completely at odds with his intellectual pursuits. Instead of plowing fields, he spent hours sketching designs for mechanical tools, reading any books he could find, and conducting small experiments. Recognizing that Isaac's potential lay far beyond the fields of Woolsthorpe, his maternal uncle, Reverend William Ayscough, intervened. William, an educated clergyman, understood the importance of academic opportunity and advocated for Isaac's return to formal education. With his uncle's encouragement and support, Newton re-enrolled at King's School, where he excelled, demonstrating an insatiable appetite for knowledge. Eventually, this newfound determination led to an extraordinary opportunity. Isaac earned a place at Trinity College, Cambridge, one of England's most prestigious universities. For Newton, this was more than just an escape from the farm, it was the beginning of a transformative journey. At Cambridge, his world expanded exponentially, as he encountered the ideas of great thinkers like Galileo and Descartes. The seeds of his own revolutionary theories were planted, and Newton began to cultivate a vision that would soon change the course of history. During his time at Cambridge, Newton worked as a servant to fund his education, often performing menial tasks such as cleaning rooms and serving meals to wealthier students. Despite these challenges, Newton maintained an unwavering focus on his studies. His hunger for knowledge led him to immerse himself in the works of great thinkers like Galileo, Descartes, and Kepler. Yet Newton was not content to merely accept their conclusions. He probed deeper, challenging existing theories and exploring questions that had yet to be answered. For example, while studying Descartes' mechanical philosophy, he began to question how objects in motion could be influenced by unseen forces, a curiosity that would eventually lead to his concept of gravity. Newton's days were marked by relentless dedication. He would often forego sleep, losing himself in mathematical problems and natural phenomena. One evening, he became so absorbed in an experiment involving prisms that he reportedly ignored an entire meal brought to him by a fellow student. His inquisitiveness and refusal to accept simple explanations set the stage for his groundbreaking discoveries, which would challenge the foundations of science and lead to a deeper understanding of the universe. In 1665, the Great Plague swept across England, forcing universities to close, including Cambridge. Newton, like many others, returned home to avoid the deadly outbreak. But what could have been a setback turned into one of the most productive periods of his life, later referred to as his Year of Wonders. Back in the quiet countryside of Woolsthorpe Manor, Newton found himself with ample time to think, experiment, and reflect. It was during this solitude that he began contemplating the forces of nature that govern the world. The famous story of the falling apple, while often romanticized, was rooted in this period. Newton observed an apple falling from a tree and began questioning why it fell straight down, rather than sideways or upwards. This seemingly simple observation led him to theorize that the same force pulling the apple to the ground might also govern the motion of celestial bodies, such as the moon and planets. This was the birth of his groundbreaking concept of gravity, a force that operates universally. Newton's inquisitive mind didn't stop there. He also dove deeply into the realm of mathematics. Unsatisfied with existing methods, he began developing a new branch of mathematics, calculus, to better understand motion and change. Imagine a young man, isolated in the countryside, creating the mathematical tools that would one day enable advancements like space exploration and modern engineering. His work on calculus remained unpublished for years, but eventually became one of his most important contributions to science and mathematics. Furthermore, Newton conducted experiments with light during this time, using prisms to explore its properties. He discovered that white light is not a single entity but a combination of various colors. By splitting sunlight into its constituent colors, he laid the groundwork for the field of optics. This period of intense creativity and discovery exemplifies how isolation and challenges can sometimes lead to extraordinary breakthroughs. Far from being hindered by the plague, Newton emerged from this period with ideas and theories that would change the course of science forever. The falling apple, famously associated with his discovery of gravity, was much more than a simple observation. It was a catalyst for one of the most profound realizations in the history of science. Newton began to wonder why the apple fell straight down, rather than moving sideways or hovering in place. This led him to hypothesize that the force pulling the apple to the ground was not limited to Earth but extended far beyond, influencing the motion of celestial bodies. Could the same invisible force that caused the apple to fall also keep the moon in orbit around the Earth and the planets revolving around the sun? This was the foundation of his revolutionary idea, the law of universal gravitation. Newton postulated that every object in the universe exerts a gravitational pull on every other object, and this force is directly proportional to their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. This principle explained not only why objects fall to the ground, but also why the planets follow predictable paths around the sun. It unified the physics of the heavens and the earth, demonstrating that the same natural laws apply everywhere in the universe. The falling apple, an everyday event, had unlocked the mysteries of the cosmos in Newton's brilliant mind. Newton's homebound experiments also resulted in the development of calculus, a revolutionary branch of mathematics essential for understanding change and motion. Unlike arithmetic or geometry, calculus addressed the complexities of continuous change, a concept integral to fields like physics, engineering, and economics. Newton's work laid the foundation for analyzing dynamic systems, from the trajectory of celestial bodies to the flow of fluids. Imagine Newton in the quiet solitude of Woolsthorpe Manor, with nothing but his thoughts and rudimentary tools. He faced the challenge of describing motion not just at a single point in time, but as a continuous process. This led him to develop concepts like differentiation and integration, which allowed him to calculate rates of change and the accumulation of quantities, respectively. These ideas, though abstract, became powerful tools that have since influenced countless scientific and technological advancements. For instance, Newton used calculus to refine his understanding of planetary motion, linking it directly to his laws of gravity. He demonstrated how the gravitational pull of the Sun causes planets to follow elliptical orbits, a breakthrough that validated the heliocentric model of the solar system. Beyond astronomy, his mathematical innovations found applications in everyday phenomena, such as calculating the area under curves and understanding rates of acceleration. Newton's calculus wasn't initially published in his lifetime, leaving his contemporary, the German mathematician Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, to independently develop and disseminate similar ideas. This parallel development sparked one of the most famous rivalries in mathematical history, with both Newton and Leibniz laying claim to the invention of calculus. Despite this dispute, Newton's contributions to the field remain unparalleled, as they provided the mathematical framework for exploring the universe's complexities. To this day, calculus serves as the backbone of modern science and technology. From designing bridges to predicting weather patterns, The concepts Newton pioneered in his rural retreat continue to shape how we understand and manipulate the world around us. Returning to Cambridge, Newton's brilliance was quickly recognized by his peers and mentors. At the remarkably young age of 27, he was appointed as the Lucasian Professor of Mathematics, one of the most prestigious academic positions in England. This appointment not only cemented his reputation as a formidable thinker, but also provided him with a platform to explore his theories more rigorously and share his findings with the world. One of Newton's most groundbreaking achievements during this period was his work with light and optics. Using a simple glass prism, he conducted a series of meticulous experiments to unravel the mysteries of light. He discovered that white light is not a single pure entity as previously thought. Instead, it is a combination of multiple colors that can be separated and recombined. By splitting white light into a spectrum of colors red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, Newton demonstrated that the rainbow-like display was an intrinsic property of light itself, not an effect caused by the prism. This discovery fundamentally changed humanity's understanding of light and laid the groundwork for the science of optics. It had profound implications for both theoretical physics and practical applications, from the development of better lenses for telescopes to advancements in photography centuries later. Newton's ability to draw such profound insights from seemingly simple experiments exemplified his genius. His work in this area, later published in his book Optics, solidified his reputation as one of the foremost scientists of his time. He also built the first reflecting telescope, a groundbreaking invention that used mirrors instead of lenses to gather and focus light. This design solved many of the optical issues that plagued traditional refracting telescopes, such as chromatic aberration, where colors would blur and distort the image. Newton's telescope was not only more compact but also more powerful, offering clearer and sharper images of the celestial objects it observed. This remarkable invention earned Newton immediate recognition among Europe's leading scientists. The Royal Society, a prestigious group of scholars dedicated to advancing scientific knowledge, was particularly impressed. Newton's reflecting telescope demonstrated his ingenuity and practical approach to problem-solving, further establishing him as a leading figure in the scientific community. These achievements were not just technical milestones. They symbolized Newton's relentless pursuit of knowledge and his ability to rethink and innovate in ways that pushed the boundaries of what was thought possible. In 1687, Newton published his magnum opus, Philosophiae Naturalis Principia Mathematica, Principia, a work that would become one of the most influential scientific texts in history. This groundbreaking book detailed Newton's three laws of motion and the law of universal gravitation, providing a comprehensive framework for understanding the physical world. The Principia did more than just explain the mechanics of motion. It united terrestrial and celestial physics under one set of laws, showing that the same principles governing a falling apple could also describe the orbits of planets and the movements of comets. Newton meticulously demonstrated how these laws could be applied to solve a wide range of problems, from the behavior of tides to the trajectory of projectiles. The significance of the Principia extended beyond the scientific community. It marked the beginning of a new era in which mathematics became the language of natural philosophy, laying the foundation for the Enlightenment's scientific revolution. The book's influence spread quickly across Europe, earning Newton international acclaim and solidifying his place as one of the greatest minds of his age. Newton's perfectionism, however, made him a contentious figure within the scientific community. His meticulous nature and relentless drive for accuracy often led to conflicts with contemporaries like Robert Hooke, a scientist who also explored planetary motion and light. The two engaged in a long-standing debate over their respective contributions to understanding gravity and optics, with tensions sometimes overshadowing their shared goals of advancing science. One of the most famous disputes of Newton's career involved the German mathematician Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz over the invention of calculus. Both men developed the mathematical framework independently, but their methods and notations were distinct. When Leibniz published his work on calculus, Newton's supporters accused him of plagiarism, sparking a bitter and protracted rivalry. Newton, who had developed his own version of calculus years earlier but delayed publishing it, took these accusations personally, dedicating significant time to defending his priority in the discovery. This conflict strained relationships across the scientific world, with scholars divided into Newtonian and Leibnizian factions. Despite the negativity of these rivalries, they also underscored Newton's unyielding commitment to defending his ideas and his role in shaping modern mathematics and science. His perfectionism, though at times isolating, ensured that his work was of the highest quality, leaving an indelible mark on human understanding of the natural world. Newton's contributions extended beyond science, showcasing his versatility in tackling real-world challenges. Appointed as Warden of the Royal Mint in 1696, he was tasked with addressing the rampant issue of counterfeiting, which threatened England's economy. Counterfeit coins were widespread, undermining trust in the currency and destabilizing trade. Newton approached this challenge with the same meticulousness he applied to his scientific experiments. He meticulously investigated counterfeiters, often personally interrogating suspects and gathering evidence with precision. His efforts led to several convictions and the implementation of stricter controls on the production of coins. Newton also spearheaded the recoinage process, overseeing the transition to higher quality coins that were harder to forge. These reforms not only restored faith in the currency but also strengthened England's economic foundations during a critical period in its history. His work at the Royal Mint demonstrated that his genius extended beyond the theoretical realm. He was a problem solver who could apply his intellect to practical matters with transformative results. This chapter of Newton's life is a testament to his adaptability and dedication to serving society. In 1703, Newton achieved one of the most prestigious honors of his career by becoming president of the Royal Society, the leading scientific institution in England. This role not only solidified his status as a towering figure in science but also positioned him as a leader among the greatest minds of his era. Under his presidency, the Royal Society flourished, fostering new discoveries and promoting scientific thought across Europe. A year later, in 1704, Newton's contributions to science and society were further recognized when he was knighted by Queen Anne. This honor was a rare distinction for a scientist at the time, underscoring the broader impact of his work beyond academia. The knighthood reflected his contributions not only to physics and mathematics but also to his reforms at the Royal Mint, which had strengthened the economic stability of England. These accolades marked the culmination of a life dedicated to intellectual pursuit, practical innovation, and unwavering dedication to advancing human knowledge. Newton's story is a wellspring of inspiration. Curiosity drives discovery. Newton's questions why apples fall, why planets move led to revolutionary insights. His curiosity was not just a passing thought, it was a driving force that propelled his lifelong quest for knowledge. From his early days of observing the natural world around Woolsthorpe Manor to his groundbreaking discovery of gravity, Newton constantly sought to understand the why behind every phenomenon. Example: imagine a young Newton watching water flow down a stream, noting how the current interacts with rocks and obstacles. This seemingly simple observation mirrors how modern engineers study fluid dynamics, leading to innovations like the design of hydroelectric dams and irrigation systems. Newton's ability to ask why repeatedly led him to make connections no one else could see. It's a reminder for all of us. Questioning the world isn't just about finding answers, it's about opening doors to new possibilities and insights. Hard work over talent. Newton wasn't born a genius. He worked relentlessly, showing that success often stems from perseverance rather than innate ability. As a student, he wasn't initially the brightest in his class. In fact, his academic journey began with struggles, but his determination to improve led him to outperform even the most naturally gifted peers. He would spend hours poring over books, questioning accepted theories, and refining his understanding of complex concepts. Example: imagine a student struggling with mathematics, who decides to dedicate extra time to mastering the subject. Over months of consistent effort, they not only catch up with their peers but excel beyond them, eventually developing innovative solutions to problems others found insurmountable. Newton's life shows that sustained effort, rather than raw talent, is often the true path to greatness. Example: a struggling student who dedicates countless nights to practicing problems, reviewing concepts, and seeking help from mentors can eventually surpass naturally gifted peers. Over time, this effort translates into deep mastery of the subject, giving the student the ability not only to solve standard problems but also to innovate and find creative solutions in ways that others cannot. For example, a student who initially struggles with physics might, through sheer persistence, end up designing groundbreaking experiments or teaching the subject with unparalleled clarity, demonstrating that hard work lays the foundation for true expertise. Failure fuels growth. Newton faced criticism and setbacks but used them to refine his ideas and strengthen his theories. For instance, when he first presented his concepts on gravity and optics, he encountered skepticism from fellow scientists, including Robert Hooke, who questioned some of his methodologies. Rather than retreating, Newton meticulously reviewed his experiments, improved his explanations, and produced evidence so compelling that it silenced many critics. Newton's challenges extended beyond intellectual debates. He faced personal and professional setbacks, including long periods of isolation due to his perfectionism and fear of criticism. However, these moments became opportunities for deep reflection and groundbreaking work. During one of his reclusive phases, he worked tirelessly to refine his laws of motion and develop his magnum opus Principia. Example: Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This philosophy mirrors Newton's approach to scientific discovery. Each failed experiment or criticism was a stepping stone that pushed him closer to success. For example, during his work on light and optics, Newton faced numerous failed attempts to create a flawless reflecting telescope. Instead of viewing these setbacks as defeats, he analyzed his mistakes meticulously, refined his methods, and ultimately succeeded in producing a groundbreaking invention that revolutionized astronomy. His resilience reminds us that every failure carries a lesson, bringing us one step closer to achieving our goals. Similarly, Newton's ability to embrace failure as part of the discovery process highlights the importance of persistence and adaptability in achieving greatness. Humility amplifies impact. Despite his extraordinary achievements, Newton maintained a sense of humility and acknowledged the foundational work of those who came before him. He famously stated, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." This acknowledgement was not mere modesty, it was a recognition of the collaborative and cumulative nature of scientific progress. Newton's statement highlights a critical truth: even the most groundbreaking discoveries are built upon the ideas and observations of prior generations. For instance, his laws of motion and universal gravitation were influenced by the works of Copernicus, Kepler, and Galileo, who laid the groundwork for understanding planetary motion. Newton integrated and expanded upon their ideas to create a unified framework that reshaped science. Example: modern scientific research operates on the same principle of building upon the past. For instance, advancements in space exploration, such as landing rovers on Mars, rely on decades of accumulated knowledge in physics, engineering, and astronomy. This ongoing cycle of learning and innovation exemplifies how progress is rarely the work of one individual, but rather the result of collective effort and shared insights. Newton's humility serves as a reminder that greatness often involves collaboration and a willingness to acknowledge the contributions of others. It inspires us to view our achievements as part of a broader continuum, where each step forward creates new opportunities for discovery. Isaac Newton passed away on March 20, 1727, at the age of 84, leaving behind a legacy that continues to shape the modern world. His discoveries laid the foundation for modern physics and engineering, creating a framework for understanding everything from the motion of planets to the design of cutting-edge technologies. Newton's three laws of motion remain a cornerstone of physics, helping scientists and engineers design everything from rockets that reach outer space to vehicles that operate safely on Earth. His pioneering work on gravity not only explained why objects fall to the ground, but also unlocked the mysteries of planetary orbits, enabling the future exploration of space. Moreover, Newton's development of calculus revolutionized mathematics, providing tools essential for analyzing change and motion. Today, calculus is applied across countless fields, from predicting weather patterns to optimizing logistics systems and advancing artificial intelligence. Beyond the technical, Newton's approach to inquiry, marked by curiosity, rigor, and perseverance, serves as a timeless example for thinkers and innovators. His influence is felt not only in the scientific community but also in the broader pursuit of knowledge and progress. Whether in the algorithms behind smartphones or the engineering of skyscrapers, Newton's insights and methods remain woven into the fabric of our modern lives. Newton's life is a testament to the power of perseverance, curiosity, and vision. Born into modest beginnings in a small English village, he overcame personal loss, social challenges, and intellectual rivalries to become one of history's greatest minds. His relentless pursuit of knowledge, paired with his ability to ask profound questions and solve intricate problems, paved the way for groundbreaking advancements that transformed the world. His story inspires us to dream big, embrace challenges, and never stop seeking answers. It reminds us that true greatness is forged through hard work, resilience, and a boundless curiosity about the universe. What dreams do you hold? Whether it's learning a new skill, building a career, or making a difference, remember Newton's story. His journey began with small steps, relentless curiosity, and an unyielding determination to understand the world. Like Newton, you can start where you are with what you have and build your path toward greatness. Think about the challenges you face as opportunities to grow, much like Newton used his moments of solitude and setbacks to achieve revolutionary insights. Every effort you make, no matter how small it seems, contributes to the bigger picture of your success. The world awaits your unique contributions and brilliance. Let Newton's life remind you that greatness isn't born, it's built through persistence, creativity, and a refusal to give up. Hit the like button if this inspired you and share it with someone who needs encouragement. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that ignite curiosity and ambition. Together, we'll keep reaching for the stars. Your support helps bring more stories of human achievement and determination to life, reminding us all of the boundless potential within each of us. With every like and share, we continue to spread the message that perseverance and curiosity can lead to greatness. Let me take you back to a time that changed my perspective forever. I was sitting under the shade of an apple tree on a quiet afternoon. The day was still, the air filled with the gentle rustling of leaves. As I gazed at the landscape, lost in thought, an apple fell from the tree, landing softly on the ground beside me. That simple event, a common sight in any orchard, sparked a cascade of questions in my mind. Why down? Why not sideways or even upward? What invisible force governed this predictable motion? I realized that this force wasn't confined to the apple. It must be universal, affecting the moon, the stars, and everything around us. It was as if the universe whispered its secrets, urging me to listen and unravel its mysteries. This moment marked the beginning of my lifelong pursuit to understand the laws that govern the cosmos. Little did I know, this curiosity would lead to the discovery of gravity and forever change how humanity perceives the natural world. Every question I asked brought me closer to understanding the profound interconnectedness of the universe. This monologue can seamlessly integrate into your video for dramatic storytelling flair. To extend it further, we could delve deeper into Newton's inner thoughts during that pivotal moment under the apple tree, how his childhood curiosity and years of solitude influenced his reflections. We could explore the broader implications of this discovery, imagining the excitement and the weight of realizing a universal truth. Let me know if you'd like me to expand further on these aspects or add more vivid details to bring Newton's epiphany to life.